today's video, I'd like to ask you a question. This is a look at one of the recipes I previously made of bacon lattice wrapped meatloaf. Leave me a message down in the comments if you'd like to see me remake this recipe and video it and make a nice YouTube video for you. Let me know down in the comments if you're interested in seeing this done in a video. Okay, Big Jim again here. We're going to make today keto pumpkin pie. Yes, you heard me right. And there's only 7.5 net carbs, 7.5 grams of net carbs per slice, and 3.25 grams of sugar per slice, meaning there'll be 8 pieces out of a pie as usual. So today we're going to start with extra fine almond flour. Any brand you like. This is what my supermarket had. And you're going to need 1.5 cups. You could mix this in a bowl if you like, but the food processor is going to make it so much easier and more uniform. So here's the cup. Feels almost like sugar in my fingers. And then my 1/2 cup's plastic. It's white, but it's still 1/2 cup. So that's 1.5 cups of almond flour. Extra fine almond flour. If you wanted to make it yourself with almonds, I'm sure you could. Might save you a couple dollars too if you buy them in bulk somewhere. And then to this, we're going to add butter, slightly salted. Yeah, I was reading the label and talking. It's salted, but we need 1/4 cup or 6 tablespoons. It's the same thing. So we need, it's a blade, and it's got the tablespoons marked for you. I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. 3 tablespoons is 1/4 cup. That's what I believe we need. Not 6, 3 of butter. And if it don't work right, we'll add more and we'll adjust it there. Now you could melt the butter first, but I think this friction in here is going to do a good job on its own. See how it sticks together? Kind of like wet sand or even clay. That's perfect. Take your pie crust, you take your pie pan and you make your pie crust in your pan. I'm only 50 years old. I haven't learned to speak properly yet. You have to bear with me. And then this is just the easiest way to do it. It's just to press this all out evenly. Come up the sides. Maybe a smaller pie pan might have been better for my purposes here. I have a large deep pie pan, but I think I can make it work with a thin crust. You might want to double the recipe for a pie this size though. I'm going to use the bottom of a cocktail glass just to help me flatten this out more uniform. Like a little press, if you will. Now it's going to stick, right? I made it that far with no problems, and now it's starting to stick. Just put a twist on it and it doesn't stick so bad. So you want to preheat your oven before you start this at 350. There's mine beeping now that it's reached 350. Now I'm using a convection oven. You might want to go to 375 for a regular oven. Like I said, the tool God gave you is your hand. Always works better. You want to take a fork and poke some air holes in there just so it doesn't bubble up. It'll be fine, don't worry. Okay. Now we're only going to bake this part way. Should be about 5 minutes. Which also should be just long enough for us to mix up the filling. 100% pure pumpkin mix, or maybe it'll say pumpkin puree. All right. I'm going to put this in here. Get as much of that out of that can as you can so your recipe's properly mixed. A spatula would probably work better than this fork. Now you can use half and half, light cream, heavy cream, whatever you want, regular vitamin D milk. We're using these fat-free evaporated milk because that's what we have. And I believe this might actually have more carbs for the fat-free and more sugar than regular whole. Open this with our church key. we need 3/4 of a cup. So we're going to go with a 1/2 cup. And 1/2 plus 1/4 cup is 3/4 of a cup. Use the rest in your coffee or add it to a 1/2 can of water and use it for your cereal, whatever you want. Time for step 2. Two farm fresh eggs from our lovely chickens. Ground cloves. You want a 1/4 teaspoon. Nutmeg. Guess how much? 1/4 teaspoon, you'd be right. I like mine really spicy good. I'm putting a tablespoon of cinnamon in, which is 3 teaspoons. And it's also going to help hide that stevia aftertaste. Because we're not putting sugar in no keto pie. And we have a vanilla extract, imitation of course. Use whatever you like. 1 teaspoonful. And then we got to give this all a good whisk. And you need to work quick here, or check your pie crust, one of the two. We're going to check it when we're done mixing here. Now if you're using a glass dish like myself, you need to set your hot Pyrex pan on a towel so that it doesn't cool unevenly or it will break and crack. I've been there and done that. Work this hard to watch your food literally shatter in front of you. Here's our partially baked pie crust. It's going to cook more, don't forget, in the oven. You could probably go a couple more minutes with it. It really smells good like butter. But we're going to throw this back in with the filling inside of it. And it's going to bake for 25 minutes in the oven. Oops, I screwed up. I forgot an ingredient. So we're going to fix it quick. I forgot the stevia. We didn't put any sweetener in. I can't believe I almost screwed that up. I'll fix it. We have stevia, and it's 1/2 cup of sugar, the normal recipe. We're substituting it with 1/2 cup of stevia. And I'm just going to use our trusty fork here and stir this in to fix our recipe. Okay, I think that's blended pretty well. Give her a shake so it's level. Then back in the oven for 25 minutes. Okay, here's our pumpkin pie. Our nice keto pumpkin pie. Look at that. It's nice and firm. That's how you know it's done. It doesn't jiggle no more. Nice brown crust around the edge. Looks great. It's got to cool. It's right out of the oven. I cooked mine for 40 minutes. I'd like to turn it over and show you the bottom, but that's not going to happen. But the bottom is nice and golden brown. So there you go. Your holiday keto-friendly pumpkin pie. Thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe. And please share this recipe and this video on social media with all your friends. Thank you.